You've been doing really well with the likes on these videos this season, lads, so hit the like button once again. Comment your last word for the game you were at this weekend. And without further ado, the last word! Not clinical in attack and not switched on in defence. That is simply what cost us this game this weekend. Alan Troughton bagged his 10th goal of the season, and it saw him pick up yet another goal against Dunfermline. You can't argue his numbers, he just keeps producing for Alloa and he's such a vital asset for them. However, we're given a setback after good form lately. Last word, slack. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because it really is this simple. Dundee United dominated it in the second half. Nicky Clark and Lawrence Shankland got on the score sheet once again, and that now makes the gap between them and second place 6 points. Last word, this is the year. They had to win this one, and win it they did. Interim manager at Hearts, Austin McPhee, got his 4th win in 5 games in his separate spells as being interim manager of Hearts. He's certainly doing himself no harm when it comes to the selection process for the next Hearts manager. A first win at Tynecastle since March and 5 goals to go along with it. Last word, entertainment. Hearts fans certainly had to wait a long time for it, but it was the ideal game, the perfect game, to finally see off that home game hoodoo. And now to the other end of the capital city, in football terms anyway. Hibernian. They were away to St Johnstone this past weekend, and their interim manager, Eddie May, also got a very favourable result. He's made it abundantly clear that he doesn't want the Hibs job on a full-time basis, but the guy has managed to get a hat-trick out of Christian Doidge, for crying out loud. What a turn-up for the books that is. Last word, astonishing. It was a good win for Aberdeen in this one, and it brought up a very pleasing stat for Dons fans. Only Celtic and Rangers have been the teams to defeat Aberdeen in the last 11 league games. Now that is an impressive stat. They're starting to eventually get back to that third best team in the country after a bout of poor form in recent times. But only getting beat for Celtic and Rangers recently, that goes a long way to proving that you are that third best in the country. They'll now be hoping that Celtic just don't slip up to Motherwell at home today. Last word, on form. Aside from the game itself, it was nice to see Sky Sports give it some good coverage. Standard. The 3 points went to the home side at Gayfield yesterday as Arbroath picked up a 3-0 win against Inverness. First off, that is a fantastic result for them, and one that could actually see them push into the promotion playoffs in the next few weeks. However, I've got something really important to say. Bobby Lynn, you lovely man. He sent me a direct message on the old Twitter, and it's fair to say, folks, I was taken aback. Hello Ben, been keeping an eye on your work and you're doing amazing. Keep going with that as you've been a breath of fresh air, pal. All the best today. P.S. Binman Bobby. I've watched you from the start of the season and love it, Ben. Great detail about teams, players, etc. Good exposure for us part-time players too. Top man and all the best. If you're watching, Bobby, thank you very much and congrats on yet another goal yesterday. Last word, good guy. And believe you me, he'll get the official entry into Good Guys FC soon enough. From one side of Angus to another now, in Montrose FC, well, who is going to stop this lot? 6 wins in a row. Stuart Petrie's men just simply, as I said, cannot be stopped. You simply just can't leave them out of videos like this, especially under this good form. You just simply cannot not talk about them. They're just 3 points behind 4th placed Falkirk just now, Montrose sitting in 5th place. Could they possibly get into the promotion playoffs at the expense of Falkirk? Last word, easy. And by the way, this result saw my Predict the 6 scores be 3 out of 3 for the past weekend. What a turn up for the books, lads. Get in there. I think you'd be forgiven for thinking this one would be a draw. Going into it, Partick Thistle had won none of their home league games so far, and Morton had won none of their away league games so far. For almost an hour of the game, there was no goals in the game, and it did look like that draw was going to come to fruition. But then, Partick Thistle substituted on Shea Gordon, and he scored 2 goals within 10 minutes, sandwiched either side of a Morton goal, and that saw Partick Thistle pick up their first home league win of the season, and a very important 3 points in what was a 6-pointer at the bottom of the league. Thistle are still rooted to the bottom of the championship, but that home win will be a relief. Last word, hoodoo over. A team who didn't break their hoodoo yesterday though was Morton, and I didn't say too much about them there, but Chris's Morton TV wants the last word for them to be, "This can't go on." Well, your wish is my command, son. Last word, this can't go on. It's happening, folks. Cove Rangers are running away with the League 2 title, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. After this weekend's results, they now sit 5 points clear at the top of League 2, and there just seems nothing that's going to stand in their way of League 1 football next season. We've seen meteoric rises through Scottish football in the past. Is this yet another one? Last word, one horse race. Well, Stenhousemuir are going through an absolutely garbage run of form just now. Since defeating Cove Rangers in the league and Waterford in the Challenge Cup, Davy Irons' men have went on to be knocked out of the Scottish Cup by Pennycook Athletic 3-0, defeated 4-0 by Edinburgh City, 3-0 by Queen's Park, and then yesterday defeated 2-1 away to Albion Rovers. 4 losses in a row, and that is a lesson in how to lose momentum if I've ever saw one. Last word, L after L. Hopefully those L's were the right way around. It's a sad predicament that Brecon City find themselves in at the moment. It's never going to be a good feeling being stuck rock bottom of the bottom tier in the SPFL, but I do have a wee soft spot for Brecon. We all know Jenny does as well, and I just simply don't want to see them drop out of the SPFL leagues. They've got a lovely wee stadium, they've got good food on offer when you go there as well, and it's just a nice wee atmosphere at Glebe Park, and that's not even mentioning the hedge, which is just simply iconic. Don't leave us just yet, lads. Please. Last word. Keep fighting. Fraud FC member. Well, are you starting to realise why? You're a wanted man, Ray McKinnon. I'd go into hiding for a bit if I were you, pal, because it just simply doesn't look like this one's going to end well for you. Full-time score, Falkirk 1, Airdrie Unions 2. A 93rd minute Callum Gallagher winner sees Airdrie Unions jump ahead of Falkirk in League 1 and sees Falkirk go down to 4th position after results yesterday, including their own, go against them.
So throw-in comes in, flicked on, and there it's there! Sucker punch!
As I said, McKinnon is a wanted man. Dead or alive? Well, that one will be left up to the Falkirk fans, I imagine. Last word, dead man walking. The next game is Dumbarton away, and I just simply don't fancy that we win it. I don't. Two teams that seem to be doing the job that was expected of them this season are the 2 Fife teams in League 1, and that being Raith Rovers and East Fife. Raith sit top and East Fife are only second in the table due to goals scored in the league, and it is simply just astonishing to me. It will never sink in that East Fife have only lost 1 game so far this season. It is just simply incredible to me. Raith, well, they're doing well to be at where they are just now. The wee team, I would like you back in the championship, so East Fife as well, come along for the party. Come on lads, let's bring the derbies home. Last word, homecoming. And that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Comment down below your last word for the game you were at this weekend, and subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, I will see you then. Cheers, guys.